Good morning, welcome to Brooke's Buzz, October 5th. So I was here 2 days ago and I realized that my yellow hive was queenless. So the week prior I noticed some queen supersedure cells on the middle of the frame. They looked like a little like jagged. They didn't look like fully formed like capped queen cells. So it looked like maybe they had started to try to make a new queen and they stopped, or I don't know if she ended up hatching. I was here 2 weeks prior to that, so you would have thought that I would have seen the actual whole entire capped queen cell because she wouldn't have been able to be hatched within 2 weeks. They need about 16 days to be in the queen cell and hatch. So what I'm going to do this morning is I'm going to check the yellow hive again for a queen cell, just a queen. So the things that I noticed the other day when I was here on Friday was no brood, no eggs, no larvae, nothing indicating that there was a queen in there doing her regular laying. My other two hives, obviously it's fall time, they're getting ready for winter time, so they're starting to downsize their colony size and increase their honey production and get their frames packed full of honey. So I did see brood in the blue hive and the yellow hive. I did see that they're starting to reduce a little bit, but not, to the capacity where there's nothing available. The yellow hive is completely packed full of honey. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to join the yellow hive on top of the blue hive. So a few weeks ago when I was here, being a beekeeper, it's like 2 steps forward, 5 steps back. So I added on another brood box on the blue hive 2 weeks ago, and I added 10 extra frames in there to help them try to get the comb built out so they could get some honey stores in there to see if they could have 2 brood boxes for winter. But now that this situation has happened, I'm going to remove those 10 frames. I'm going to have just 1 blue brood box on the bottom. I'm going to lay some newspaper on top, 2 sheets of newspaper on top, because if you put the colonies straight on top of the other one, they may not get along. So if you put the sheet of paper between them, they will get a little bit more acclimated to each other. And by the time they've chewed through the newspaper, they should be, kosher with each other, so to speak. So that's what we're going to do today. So I did put that, I have my hands in here because I have some bees flying around and I don't want to get my hands stung, sorry. So I did pull that super out to let the bees pick out a lot of the honey out of those frames. So we'll see if that's all picked out. I see some action in there, and if it is all picked out, I'm going to take it back to my storage container or my storage unit where I have everything, my storage area. So yeah, it's disappointing that you lose a queen, especially when it's in October. I don't want to requeen. I just kind of want to make sure that I have 1 healthy colony going into winter opposed to 2 hives that may not be as strong. So I think this is the best bet for me to do right now. Is it going to work out? We don't know. Only time will tell. But here we are, making decisions, making mistakes, and learning. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so what we're going to be doing now is going into the yellow hive to check to see if they have a queen. So I'm just going to do a quick check. I can already tell, so indications as of now are they don't. And you can kind of tell this, how ornery they are. So if they're queenless, they are very upset. And there's really no reason for them to be upset right now because this thing is completely packed full of honey and there's a lot of nectar flow going on right now. So when that's happening, usually the bees are quite docile. So that was another indication that I kind of figured they were queenless because they were really ornery the other day. Then I found out I looked in there and there was no brood or anything like that. That also indicated there was no queen. So just standing outside of this hive, they look very upset. I'm going to do a quick inside check to see if I can see any brood or if I can see any eggs or anything like that that would indicate that there is a queen. And if there's not, I'm going to place them on top of the blue hive. But before I do that, I have to remove those 10 frames out of the blue hive. So they only have 3 brood boxes. going into winter. All right, let's do this. This is the worst swarming I've ever had happen to me. They're just relentless. I've had to run around probably 3 or 4 times to get away from them. So I'm done. I got the 2 brood boxes on top. Got my smoker going here. Just trying to puff it as I walk away from the hives. Should have just put the hives straight on. Here comes my knight in shining armor to come help me. Go back inside. I'm done. Sorry. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Leave it.